Hi there, Stampers. It's Lori Helvig, and welcome to Lori's Stampin' Creations. I'm down here in my stamp room in the basement, and it's a nice fall day outside. I live in central Illinois, and the trees are really turning, and it's a nice, pretty fall day, and it is my most favorite time of the year. I love this September and October months. So anyway, I want to share with you a fall card today. So I'll go ahead and turn the camera, and we'll get started. So here is my fall card, and you can see the two different colors on the tree, and I'll just go ahead and share with you the stamp set that I used. It was I used Rooted in Nature, so there's two different cases, so there's so many stamps in this set, but I did use this tree right here. It's probably my favorite image, is that tree. And with my card I used my color combo is Grapefruit Grove for the ink and then the paper, and then I use Blackberry Bliss for the cardstock here. And then with this these corners right here, all I did was use the Layering Squares framelits, and I cut a little square out of there and just took my paper snips and cut that in the middle at a diagonal, so I had the two corners there in Blackberry Bliss. And then with the tree, I didn't want it quite so dark, so I used Rich Razzleberry with that ink on there. So I'll go ahead and show you a couple things that I did there. We'll start with a piece of white, Whisper White cardstock for the tree. And what I've done here is a couple things. I always like to mount my stamps to one side or the other, because if you put this in the middle, you get all kinds of ink all over your block, and it just keeps your blocks a lot cleaner and free from ink if you mount your stamps on one side or the other. So that's the first tip. And then notice this washi tape right here. This is just retired washi tape, and I covered up the tree trunk with that because I don't want my tree trunk to be orange, the orange color. So go ahead and stamp the tree in the Grapefruit Grove, like so. And then we're going to leave the washi tape on there for now. It's okay to leave that on there. And then with the Rich Razzleberry, I'm going to get a piece of scratch paper here for my sponging. Hang on just a second here. So I used a sponge dauber and just took it in the Rich Razzleberry ink and just sponged up some purple on there. And just so you don't bleed, kind of clean it off on scratch paper so you don't get the orange color back in your pad. You don't want to bleed the colors and muddy them up. So just stamp it, sponge dauber there on your stamp, and then clean it off a little bit and get some more purple color and put it on your tree. And see, you can kind of see that's just eliminate some of that orange that's going to get in your pad, and you don't want that. So if you can see what I'm doing here, I'm just mixing some of the Rich Razzleberry in with the orange, and that's probably good for now. We're going to go ahead and stamp this tree on our white piece, but we can't forget to remove the washi tape. So let me peel that washi tape off of there, and now we can color our tree trunk with Early Espresso. I've just got the marker here, and you're just going to use the brown marker to color in the tree trunk, and then that way you won't have any weird colors on that. So then you just take your piece of white and stamp your tree. I'm doing this upside down, so bear with me here. So again, I just like to have my stamps on the block this way, but it's a personal preference. So then you've got your tree in the two different colors. So you can always add more ink if you want to fill in some more purple, and I do. I'm going to get my little sponge dauber here and put some more of the purple just on the tree like that. So you can do that after the fact, actually after you put it on your paper, and it looks just fine with the purple and the orange. So that's my pretty tree. And then with the designer paper, I used the Nature's Poem Designer Series paper for this piece, and this actually has a torn edge right here. You can see, maybe it doesn't show up in the camera, but when you tear your designer paper, always tear towards you. So again, it's backwards in the camera, but you just tear the paper towards you, and then it'll leave a white edge along there on your paper. So that's all I did there. And then I just finished it off with a little bow. This is braided linen trim that's in the holiday catalog. on page 43, and just